usual, we are going to start sitting in your chair towards the front of your chair. So you're not all the way pushed back. You're sitting nice and tall. Pelvis is upright. Shoulders are stacked over your hips. We're going to start with your feet about hips width distance apart. Hands, have your hands for now wherever they feel most comfortable. I'm just going to place mine on my thighs. We're going to start with an alternating heel lift today. So you're going to lift your right heel and then your left heel. It's kind of like a heel lift march. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to take the hands, place them on the chair behind you to begin, and take this to a march. So a low knee march. Still trying to sit as tall as you can. Start to engage the core, lift the chest. As always, you can stay right here, or we're going to add arms and turn this more into an upper abdominal exercise. So you'll lift your arms up to a 90 degree and then start to pull the elbows down as your knees come up. Again, we're still sort of forward in the chair, so the spine stays tall. We'll take this to a side knee and another 4, 3, 2, 1. Now start to bring the elbows across your body. So the knees can't really go across the body in the chair all that comfortably. So you're going to find the twist more from the upper body as you twist. And as it starts to warm up, you might start to get deeper in the twist. So here, kind of building the heart rate, warming up the muscles. Last 4, 3, 2. We're going to take it back to the front for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring your hands back to the chair and keep marching it out. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place both feet on the ground, adjust your seat, stay forward, walk the feet out to a nice wide straddle. So you're going to go pretty much as wide as it is comfortable for you. Listen to your hip flexors, narrow the stance as needed. So again, we're in a nice wide stance. Walk the feet in so you have range of motion in the feet. And we're going to start again with an alternating heel lift. So you're going to go right, left, right, left. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back to the right. Hold just the right heel lift. Oops. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take it to the left side. Hold just the left heel, or heel lift rather. Again, stay nice and tall in the upper body, so we're not rounding, hunching, or tilting the pelvis. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to do a round of doubles, up, down. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold both heels up and try to pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels down, stay wide in the legs, adjust the hips as needed. Now bring your hands behind your head. Make sure you're not pushing on the back of the head. So you might just lightly touch the fingertips to the back of the head. Keep the chin level with the floor. We're going to go side to side. Starting to add a little bit of an oblique crunch. Good. If you want a little more, add another heel lift. So as you go side to side, you're lifting the heel, and we're going to start to bring the elbows closer to the knees. So getting a little more range of motion. We're hinging partway forward, and you're trying to tap your knees with each of your elbows. Again, don't push on the back of your head. Keep the chin level with the floor for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring the right elbow all the way down to the left knee. Now reach your left arm overhead for a side bend. Good. Hand behind the head. Come all the way up over to the other side. Now right arm's going to reach. Good. Last time, hand behind the head. Come up to seated. Now we'll forward fold. Last thing from here, hands are going to come up to the insides of the knees. We're going to twist to your right. Draw your left shoulder forwards, right shoulder up and back, look over the right shoulder. Come back to center and then twist the other way. Right elbow forward, the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Good. Back to center. Walk the hands up the thighs, sit up nice and tall, give yourself a little wiggle. Walk your feet back into about hips width distance apart, neutral position. And we're going to begin with arms, doing the arm warm up that we have been doing, the weightless arms. So we're going to start again, interlacing the fingers at center. We're going to squeeze the elbows in, not quite until they touch, but just until you feel a little engagement in the backs of the arms. Bring the elbows up to the height of the shoulders. We're just doing little pulses. Up, 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 up. Sitting as tall as you can. Again, squeeze the fists together. Squeeze the elbows together just to that point where you feel maybe the biceps, the backs of the shoulders engaged for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to add a little squeeze. So we're going to squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that little lift again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that 90-degree bend. Now release the hands so the palms are actually in prayer together. Bring the fist behind you or the fingertips behind you. Now we're going to straighten the arms straight up to the ceiling and then back down. Straight up to the ceiling and back down. We're going to take this into a bigger range of motion. So you're going to drop the hands behind the head, take the arms all the way out and forward, bend the elbows in, straighten all the way up behind the head. So it's an up, down, bend, straighten, up, bend. Good. We've just got another 4 of these. And here we're just warming up the arms and shoulders, getting them ready to add weight. Last round. Good. Straighten the arm, open it up, drop them down, give yourself a little roll. Roll out your head. Now we're going to lift the arms back up to the height of the shoulders. Now extending the arms out to the side, solo cup exercise. We're rotating the palms down and up, down and up. And you're getting as much rotation here as it's safe for your shoulders. So listen to the rotator cuff, listen to the backs of the arms, anywhere else that you might start to feel this. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to rotate up, little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take those pulses forward. Lap it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, down. Pulses down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Rotate the palms back behind you. Press it back. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate palms back forwards. You're going to give yourself a big hug. Right arm over the top of left, palms towards the shoulders. Round the spine, open the back side of the body. Good. Again, open the arms and then hug the other way, left over right, round it. Good. One more time. Big press back. And then exhale the arms down. Give your shoulders another roll. Little core break intermission before we take up the weight. We're gonna grab the chair back behind you. This time you're leaning back in the chair. So still sitting forwards so that your butt's kind of at the front of the chair. But now we're gonna lean the upper body back, almost like you were in a boat pose until the lower abdominal catches. And then from there, hands to the chair, we're going back to that march. Point the toes. Keep the shins in front of your knees rather than a 90-degree bend, and that'll activate the core a little more. Draw the belly to the spine. Keep the chest lifted. Resist the urge to round your upper back. So think about shoulders down and back. We're going to do another version of this on the floor, and it'll be a little harder. This one's just sort of that in between. Good. If you think you can take it a little bit further, you're going to reach the arms forward. Continue to march the feet. Don't round the shoulders. Keep the shins forwards of the knees. Still harder, bring the arms overhead. We're here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to do one round of doubles. Bring the hands back to the chair. Reset. Lift the chest, bring the feet together. You're going to lift both knees, tap both toes. Lift both knees. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Come back up to seated. Sit up nice and tall. Take the legs out wide. Fold it forwards. Bring your elbows to the inner thigh. Just kind of press the knees outward. You can take this deeper, walk the hands down towards the ankles, have the forearms alongside the shins, and then continue to use the arms to press the knees a little wider to stretch the hips. Walk your hands back up your thigh. Come back up to seated. Walk your hands, or your feet rather, back into hips width distance apart. Neutral position so that the feet are flat to the floor. Now reach down and grab your weight. We're going to do a little bit of back of the shoulder with bicep. So maybe grab your heavier set of weights, but keep the lighter weights nearby just in case you need to switch out. So we're going to start with a basic bicep curl. Pin the elbows to the sides of your body. So we're not moving the arms forwards and back as of yet. We're just going up and down with a curl. So we're going to straighten the arms straight down to the floor, bring them all the way up to the shoulders, starting full range of motion. Draw the shoulder blades down and together. Remember to sit up nice and tall, heart forwards. Belly draws in, core stays engaged. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to change this to halfway up to a 90, down to straight arms. So up to a 90, down to straight arms. To a 90, and then down. 8, 7, 6. We're holding that 90 in another 5, 4, 3, 2, hold that 90-degree bend. Now you're going to give me just a little reach forward and a little pull back. Little reach forward, little pull back. So again, the arms are staying at a 90, and now the upper arms are coming forward and the elbows are pulling back. Forward, back. Last 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going to double time it in another 4, 3, 2. Pull it back and then hold that pull back, back, back. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that 90. We're going to take a rotator cuff. Any point, lower the weight, or maybe come to a lighter weight. So we're taking the palms out and in, still keeping the elbow pulled to the side. So avoid the urge to extend the arms out. Keep the elbows pinned in. This is it, and then you get a break. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze it in, lower the weight. We're going to take a quick wrist and bicep stretch. We're going to do one more round, change it up a little bit. So we'll start extending the right arm forwards, left thumb underneath the right wrist for support, left fingertips on top of the wrist. You're just going to bend that wrist a little down and back. Now squeeze your thumb to your pinky, and that's going to activate the muscle around the thumb. Good, release, flip the hand, same position. Fingers now on top of the palm, press the heel of the hand forward, and that'll stretch the bicep and the forearm. Good, we're going to switch now. Right thumb under the left wrist, fingertips to the top, gently bending the wrist back, and then squeezing pinky to thumb. Good, rotate the palm to the ceiling, fingertips now on top of the hand, draw the palm down and back, press the heel of the hand forwards. Good, from here, release the weights, or release the arms rather, roll out the shoulders, bend down, pick up your weights. This one, you might want to go for a lighter set of weights if you've got 2 different sizes. We're going to go to triceps now. Last set of arms before going to the floor. We're going to hinge forward, and I'll turn to the side just so you can see my back a little bit better, and then I'll go back the other direction. So we're hinging forward. Feet can be together or hips width distance apart. Just when you hinge forward, make sure the back is nice and straight. So you're not rounding or dropping the shoulders or arching the back into a back bend. The back is straight, heart forward. Then from here, we're going into a hammer curl with a bicep press or a tricep press. So we're going to have the weights facing upwards, the thumbs facing upwards. You're going to curl the weight to the shoulders. Then we're going to straighten the arms. So when the arms straighten, you're going to rotate and press the palms up and back behind you. So you'll bring the arms back down, rotate the waist, bring the palms to the shoulders, fists to the shoulders, straighten the arms, rotate the waist, palms to the ceiling. So it's a hammer curl, tricep press. Make sure you're getting that rotation in the arms as you press the weights up and back. Good, we've got another 8. My bottles are getting in the way, so I'm going to set them to the side, finish without weights. Up and back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to rotate, press the fists up. Now with those fists pressing up and back behind you, rotate so the thumbs are facing the down, the pinkies are facing to the ceiling, and you're going to give me little lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Last thing here, you're going to squeeze the fists towards each other for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Release the weights down, sit up tall. Take one weight, drop it behind your head. Let that weight just sort of hang behind your back to stretch your tricep. And then switch arms, other weight behind the back. Just let the weight hang heavy, stretch the arm. And then you'll do both arms behind the back, letting both weights hang back behind you. Good, go ahead, release. Set your weights to the side. We're gonna come down to the floor now, onto your yoga mat or your workout space. So take your time to get down there. We'll work on legs and then we're gonna finish up with core. Once you get down to the floor, we're going to start on your right side. So you'll roll to the right side. Option 1 is to use your right forearm to prop yourself up. Just make sure you're never dropping the rib cage and sinking into the right shoulder. You're constantly pressing the forearm and lifting from the obliques. Option 2, you're gonna lie all the way down if it's too much to prop up on the shoulder. Now, adjust and line your legs up so that your legs are in line with your hips. They're not forwards of your hips, they're not behind your hips, they're in a straight line. And then try to stack your left hip directly on top of the right hip. So it's not falling back behind you and it's not falling forwards, it's straight on top. That's gonna force the core to work a little harder. Now we're gonna start with just a basic top leg lift. So you're gonna press the forearm into the floor, lift the obliques so there's lots of space between you and the mat, stack the hips and just start to lift and lower. And you're not gonna go that high in the beginning, just straight up, engaging the glutes, kind of warming up that hip flexor, trying to keep right or left hip rather stacked right over the top of the right hip. So again, it's not falling back. 4, 3, 2, we're going to change this. So we'll bring the legs back together. Now we're going to rotate, external rotation. So from this left hip, you're going to rotate. So now the heel is down, the toes pointing to the ceiling. So here, we're going to lift as high up as that leg will go, and then bring it down. Now point the toe, lift the leg, flex the foot, lower the leg. Point the toe, lift, flex, try to reach the heel longer than the bottom foot. So every time you lower, that top leg is getting a little longer. Again, pay attention sinking into the shoulder. We've got 5. We're going to change it again in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to hold here, changing that range of motion. We're going to slide the heel up the inside of the bottom leg as deep as it'll go with the bend. And then you're going to try to extend that leg as high to the ceiling as you can and lower the leg back down. Bend it in, extend it up, lower it back down. Bend it in, extend it up, lower it back down. In, up, down. You've got 5. We're reversing it in 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Now you're going to lift it, bend it, glide it. Lift it, bend it, glide it. Lift, bend, slide, lift, bend, slide. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lift it, bend it, set it down, anywhere on the front of the leg. Now, this arm's probably getting a little fatigued, so feel free to come down onto the palm or stay on the forearm, your choice. Bottom leg now is doing the work. Hips still stacked, bottom leg's gonna lift and lower. Imagine you were trying to squeeze something between your inner thighs, up and down. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold it up there. You're going to give me little circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Back the other direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg. Straighten both legs out for 10 seconds. We're going to lift both legs up and hold. So now the core has to do all the work. You're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend both knees in, set them down, and press yourself up to seated. We're going to take a twist. So we're going to bend this top leg, cross it, left leg outside of the right knee. You can re-extend that right leg out in front of you if having the right knee bent doesn't work. And then you're going to twist, hug the bent knee to stretch the hip. Good. From here, unwind, bend both knees. You're going to transfer yourself over to your other side. So now we're coming onto the left side. Extend both legs straight out to the left. And again, we're trying to line the feet up with the hips, not behind the hips, not in front of the hips. Both legs straight, and then check. This right hip is straight over the left. You're not rolling to the back of the hips and letting the right hip fall backwards. Then from here, we're starting with just a basic lift. So we're not going very high, about a foot, and then down, up and down. Just warming up the hip flexor, warming up the glute. And here, as we go through these exercises, really focus on engaging the glute, and that'll help to keep the hip flexor from taking over. 3, 2, and 1. Once the leg comes down, now we're going to rotate from the hip, the right toes to the ceiling. So now kind of in this ballerina stance, heel down, toe up. We're going to point those toes, lift the leg as high as it'll go, flex the foot, and with the flex foot, lower back down. Points lift, and now try to lengthen the right leg longer than the left leg as you lower. Up, lengthen it back down. Up, and back down. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back down. Now we're going to change that. So you're going to bend that knee as deep as you can, extend the leg up to the ceiling, flex the foot, lower it back down. Bend it in, extend it up, flex to lower. Point, extend, flex, and lengthen. And this is where engaging the glutes might really help. If you feel like that hip wants to pop or is popping. Last 3. We're changing the range of motion. 2. Good. 1 more. Down. Now we're going straight up. You're gonna bend, slide it down. Up, bend, slide it down. Up, bend, down, up, bend, down. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more round. Good. This time you're going to take it up, bend it, set the foot to the floor. Readjust yourself here on the forearm or come onto the elbow, head in the hand. We're going to focus again on this bottom leg, so it's going to have to work again. So now we're just going to lift that bottom leg up, focus on the inner thigh. Squeeze in. You can bend the knee if you need to, but just make sure you're not just lifting the shin, but the knee is leaving the floor as well. Up and down. Good. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold it up there. You're going to give me little circles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Little circles back the other direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg, straighten the top leg back to meet the left. Reset the hips. Last thing from here, reset your form. We're lifting both legs, and you're going to force those obliques to work for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bend both knees in. Press yourself up to seated. Once you come up to seated, this right knee is going to cross over the top of the left. Extend the left leg if needed, and then twist, hug the right knee. So here we're not focusing so much on the twist as the hug of the knee to stretch the hip. Good. Release the twist, come back to center. Now we're going to start with core. Still going to be a little hip flexor heavy, and then we'll slowly move it down. So starting from seated, you'll bend your knees. We're going to lean back slightly. Palms are going to be on the floor just behind you. You can be on fingertips. Just make sure you're not putting a lot of weight in the hands. You shouldn't feel this in the shoulders. This is just there for balance. You're going to lift the chest. We're going to start with level 1. So you're going to bring legs up, marching. So kind of like what we were doing on the floor. Good. Hands are never going to leave the floor. But if you on level 2, you're going to do both legs up. And now upper body's going to start to move front and back. Again, you should have light weight in the hands. So we're not using the arms or the triceps. It's all upper body. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Set the legs down. Grab a hold of your block. Now we're lying down onto the floor. We're going to pass this block. We're going to do level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1, head's going to stay on the floor. You're going to keep one leg at a time on the floor. So you're going to lift right knee, pass that block around the right leg, back to center, then the left leg. So this is level 1, passing that block around. Level 2, you're going to lift head and shoulders, pass that block around each leg, come up to an upper abdominal crunch. Level 3, you're going to lift both legs, keep passing that block around. Good. Is there a level 4? Yes, there's a level 4. This one's going to get even more involved. So level 4, you're going to extend both legs, arms over the head. We're going to come up to a seat. You're going to pass that block, go back down. up and down. So rather than staying on the ground, you're lifting and lowering. So you've got level 1, level 2, level 2, level 3, or level 4. We're here for just another 20 seconds. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, stretch it out, arms overhead, point the toes, get nice and long. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more thing with the block. And listen, go at your own range of motion. We're going to do a little bit more hip with a little bit more core. So what we're going to basically do is change the positioning of the feet and the rotation of the hip with your block. So we're going to bring the feet in. You're going to take that block, the skinny long side, and place that between your feet. You're going to try to bring the feet toward the butterfly position. So soles of the feet are going to hold the block. The knees are going to go wide. You're going to lower those legs down, lift them up, bring them together. So now inner edges of the feet, knees are in a neutral position. Tap your block. Lift it up, open it, tap it, in, closed, tap. You're basically rotating the hip in and out with a toe tap. So this one's going to work the core, the hip flexors, a little bit differently. Make sure the low back is never arching away from the floor. If it starts to arch, change your range of motion. Don't tap the legs so low to the ground. We've just got another 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Bring the legs back up. Remove that block. Give your knees a hug into your chest. Place your palms on your kneecaps. Drop them in and out circles. Give the hip flexors a little bit of love. And then circle the other direction. Good. Circle the knees back together. Hug your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg forward. Stretch it out. Think about the right knee kind of going into your right armpit. And then into a twist. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Open your right arm out to the right. Bring your right knee across your body to your left. Bring your right knee back to center. Give it another hug. Left knee up to meet right. Switch legs. Extend your right leg forward. Now bring the left knee into your left armpit. Take the right hand to the outside of your left knee. Open your left arm out to the left. Cross your left knee over your body to your right. Twist it. Good. Bring it back up to center. Left knee to the chest, right knee to the chest. Bring your hands behind your legs. We're going to rock it back and forth until you can gain enough momentum to come up to seated. Once you come up to seated, We're going to extend both legs forwards, any amount. Maybe keep a soft bend in the knees. Try to sit upright in the pelvis. Walk the fingertips forwards, fold between the legs. You're going to always place a block or a pillow under each knee for support as well. Slowly sliding out through the heels. Try to flex the feet, and that'll engage the muscles around your knee. Now walk your hands to your right, kind of stretching towards your right leg. Back through center, walk them to the left. Good. Place your left hand on top of the left shin. Now sweep your right arm up to the ceiling and then reach your right arm up and over to the left for a side bend. Up and over to the other side, right hand to the right shin, left arm up and then overhead. Good. Come back up to seated. Slide both hands under both knees. Bend both knees in. Use the hands. Place the feet on the floor. Walk your hands back behind you a couple inches. Windshield wiper your knees a little bit side to side. Massage your glutes. And then last thing here, come to any comfortable seat. So whether that's your leg, knees bent or extended forward, whether that's cross-legged seat, sit up nice and tall. Take a big inhale, circle your arms. Exhale, flip the palms, press the arms down and away. Do that one more time. Big breath in. And exhale it out. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed your workout.